So this episode is co-written by Howard Gordon and Tim Minear. Howard Gordon is a TV legend. He was one of the original writers of the X-Files and co-created the show 24. And he just happens to be buds with Joss Whedon, or he was around this time anyway. And so he has one Buffy writing credit. Weirdly, he co-wrote with Marty Noxon What's My Line Part 1.
Yeah, I remember we
Uh,
talked about him because I told you that Howie, you remember Howie from Big Brother?
yes.
His name is Howard Gordon. I
I
remember
think
I
I do.
told you that.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
So I remember talking about this guy.
All right. So but now he's back. He wrote for the first season of Angel as well. I think he's got like 3 writing credits
Wow.
on the first season of Angel, this being the first one. And he co-wrote it with Tim Minear, who I told you is my favorite Angel writer. His first episode was Sense and Sensitivity, and now here he is back again.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. And they later created a show together. It was like
Who? Minear and
Howard
who?
Gordon and Tim Minear.
Okay. Wait, back to what he did. So he did What's My Line Part 1. And then what Noxon said I'm doing part 2.
Yeah, she took part 2 by herself.
And that one's better, right? As we remember. Is that Faith? What's my line?
What's My Line is with
Oh,
Kendra.
that's what I meant. Oh, of course, that's what I meant. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's weird. Where like she like cages Angel up in that cage for like half the episode of What's
Oh
My Line
yeah,
one. I don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I know. I know, but Howard Gordon, he might have written that scene where she stabs the guy in the neck with an ice skate. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah. All right. So he and Minear, they're the team on this episode. They later created a show together called The Inside that I really liked, but got canceled very, very fast. Um, so our director this week is a fella named Tucker Gates. We just talked about him a couple of weeks ago. He's a real journeyman TV director, done a lot of work, directed some Lost back in the day. But he directed exactly one episode of Buffy and exactly one episode of Angel. His Buffy was Fear Itself, the Halloween one from this season. This is his Angel, and we'll never see him again.
That's a shame.
Yeah, no, he's really good TV director, but yeah, he just didn't do a lot of work on these shows. Um, let's get into it, Logan. What'd you think of Hero?
Well, I didn't like. I was like bored by some of it, like the middle part where we're like on that boat for a little while. I was like, "What is
By the
this?
way,
Like
I
Dunkirk?"
watched the middle for 9 seasons. I was never bored once.
Okay. I watched Malcolm in the Middle for 4 seasons. No, I don't know. But
You mean that show about the kid who is not in the middle of his sibling group?
yeah, I do always think about that now. I actually talked to somebody about that like kind of recently. Um, but yeah, but I mean, we'll get into it. But all right, so we start out Cordelia doing voiceover, and I loved this part. I loved this part. I thought that this was great. She's doing it like you think it's like like the opening of the show or whatever. Like it's
Right.
not supposed to be her doing it, but it's really cool the way it's done. But yeah, she's doing that, and she's like doing like she's directing a commercial. Like I would do this and this and this, and the Dark Angel. She says it would be that's the
The Dark
nickname.
Avenger.
Oh, of course. The dark. I wrote the Dark Avenger, but I wasn't looking at it. Yeah, the Dark Avenger. She calls it. And so that would be Angel's nickname. I don't know if it's stuck, but that was Cordelia's idea. And she also suggested a costume. I don't think that's gonna stick either. But
No.
this was fun. We see this, but then she decides to use Doyle because Doyle's like, I got well more because Angel's not so into it, but also Doyle's like the more like everyday kind of like normal kind of guy people relate to. So she
Yeah,
puts him in the commercial, and that's great. The commercial stuff, the way it comes
I
back.
I agree. The commercial is iconic.
Yeah. But then we get
Our
the
rats
intro.
are low. Yeah, go ahead. What
The
about
intro
the intro?
comes, and then we see Doyle goes down, and Angel is he's boxing. He's like hitting a punching bag. I didn't think he was so great with the punching bag. I think he sort of messes up at one point. I think legitimately he like tries to go like a right hook, but the bag swings like too far up in it to him, so he like hits sort of like the back of the bag, which is a little funny. He tries to play it off cool, but it's pretty cool what he's doing.
He's got a
And
lot on his mind.
he does, as he says, he's like, hey, he's like, Buffy was here, and Doyle's like, yeah, but for 5 minutes, and he's like, no, she was here for like the whole day and the whole night, and he's like, oh, you're crazy, mate. No, she was here for 5 minutes, and then Angel's like, all right, well, you don't even understand. You're so dumb. And then he also talks about the oracles.
Can you just do the rest of the episode of Angel talking to Doyle? Because I loved both of those impressions.
I feel like we fucked up. We waited till the very end to do Doyle impressions.
Yeah, you're right.
Tim said, by the way, the week he was on, he said we don't talk enough about his funny accent, and I was like, "What's so funny? That's just his voice." It's funny, I guess, if we do it, but when he does it, I don't think it's that funny.
Yeah, that's just how he sounds.
Yeah. They mentioned the oracles. I guess those guys are important, so we got to bring them up.
Yeah.
We learned something. Doyle
Well,
says
because one weird thing about it is that Doyle tells him about the oracles, but then Doyle doesn't get to remember those days. So Doyle knows about the oracles, but doesn't know that Angel knows about the oracles because he doesn't remember telling him.
But
So
he
we
didn't
have
even
to
have to
like,
learn though, because he's not going to be here anyway. So that was more for us.
I guess so.
It was
Yeah, I
more like
guess
they're
you're right.
important. They're going to come
Yeah,
back.
and in the moment it feels like they're clearing that up, but yeah, I guess it doesn't matter ultimately.
Yeah. But we learned that Harry never went back to wherever. She's living in LA now, I guess. So I don't know
Is
why they
that what
took.
he says?
Yeah, I thought that was a weird thing to tell us, especially like now that I mean, I assume he's not around. I don't want to say anything and it be like funny, like it's a fake death or whatever, because who the fuck knows? But I'm assuming Doyle is dead, so I'm just gonna say. But yeah, but like now that Doyle's dead, that seemed weird for him to be like, yeah, Harry's still in L.A. Because in that moment I was like, oh, we'll probably see her again. But I mean, Doyle's dead, so I don't know. That seemed weird. But
Maybe we'll do a funeral episode or something.
oh, that'll be good. Yeah. We see then he gets a vision. So Angel and Doyle head off and they open a basement and there's like a bunch of are there, I mean it's like a Nazi thing, right?
Yes, very clearly. You don't have to like be cagey about it. They like are wearing Nazi uniforms and doing Nazi salutes and literally like checking under floorboards for
Right.
like
Okay.
it's ridiculous. Like yeah, the stupid demons that Doyle's trying to protect in this episode are Jews. They're like Polish Jews. And the scourge, as the demons are called, are Nazis. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um yeah, so that happens. We learn all about the Scourge and well, I feel like there was a Scourge type name on Buffy at one point. Oh no, that's TMNT, the new TMNT movie. There was a Scourge, wasn't there?
Was there? I don't remember.
I feel like Scourge is a recent thing we talked about. Seems so familiar, Scourge.
Could be the
But
name of a transformer.
yeah, that could be it too. But I thought he was in the Mutant Mayhem movie. I thought that he was in
Hey,
that
stop pronouncing
one.
things wrong to subtly rip on me.
It wasn't subtle. So Sean Gunn shows up, and I saw him in the opening credits. I was like, "Whoa, that's a Sean Gunn. That was awesome." And here he is. He plays. Go ahead.
No, he shows up again later in the season as a different character, like not in demon makeup.
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah,
couldn't believe they put him in demon makeup because his face is so interesting normally.
yeah.
Like to cover him up was weird. But he has a great voice also. But he plays a demon named Lucas and he tells Doyle basically that well he's the same species as Doyle, right?
I don't believe so.
Oh, I thought he tells Doyle like
Oh wait, the guy at the who first shows up.
Sean Gunn is what I'm talking about now. Lucas.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
I guess it doesn't really matter. But he says like, "Hey, we need your help, bro." And but Doyle's like, I don't know. I got to like get Angel to help and he's like kind of busy or something. But then he tries to go back to Lucas at one point and Lucas is dead. Like Lucas and
Mm.
all his family got killed. So
Oh, he is Doyle's species.
Okay. So
Yeah.
some of them, so it was
Bracken
interesting.
demons. That's what they're called. Bracken demons.
There's like all different species, but then like some of them are again, we're like Blade. Like some of them are pure blood, some of them are half blood, like this guy Reef, right? That we meet.
Yeah, he's a mudblood.
He's a mud blood. So
And
that's interesting.
he's played by by William H. Macy's son from Fargo.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that. You think I should see that?
The movie?
Oh, the movie, of course, the
Yeah.
movie. I don't even remember his son in Fargo. I'm sorry. You think I should watch
Well,
the
he's
show though?
this good.
That's crazy. I immediately
Yes.
thought the show was what you were talking about.
Even though you haven't seen that and you have seen the movie.
Right, right. But do you think I should see the show because I've seen the movie?
Yes, absolutely. The fourth season's bad, but the first three seasons are all great.
Okay. And there's like something about that show where there are ghosts or like something paranormal is in every season?
Yeah, there's one season where like
I think that's kept me not from not watching it.
but it's never a focus. It's sort of in the background. It mostly just feels like a Coen Brothers movie. The
Okay.
all the supernatural stuff feels like shit the Coen Brothers would do.
That's interesting. Okay. And who's in that? Is that
The
a different
show?
cast every season, like True
Yeah,
Detective or whatever?
yeah. They're all connected. Like plot threads continue like and you see characters as younger men and stuff, but it's a different core cast every season. In the
Okay.
first season, it's Billy Bob Thornton and Martin Freeman and Alice. I'm not going to go through this.
All
All
right. I'm interested though. If you
right.
say I should watch it, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Um so all right, we see oh, Angel goes to this guy who has a boat. He's like, I know a guy who has a boat. We're gonna help all these people out. And but he goes to him and he starts threatening him, which I thought was pretty funny. He's like, hey, I'm gonna
Here he
bite you.
is. Here he is, the LVP of the episode, the
Oh, this guy?
captain. First of all,
I liked Angel though. I thought Angel was very funny here.
I like it. Angel's great. But why does Angel know a captain? He's been in Los Angeles for like 3 months, and he already like a some random boat captain owes him a favor.
Yeah, I mean, that was weird. They were just like, oh yeah, somebody owes him a favor for something, so now they're gonna go do the favor.
And then I thought the actor was really bad too. So it's a
That's
double
fine.
whammy.
That's fine. But Angel was like, he shows up and the guy's like, hey, like you know another guy I know, right? And he's like, yeah, he said you threatened to bite him, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do the same to you. And then I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, he acts real badass in that scene.
Yeah, it was cool. But
This
all
is the
right, so
Dark Avenger.
yeah, the Dark Angel. Oh, there he is. And so we meet this guy Reef. I
Stop
like
saying
Reef.
that. The Dark Angel is, of course, Jessica Alba.
Yeah, yeah, of course she is. All right, so Reef, the kid from Fargo, I
Yeah.
guess he's cool. I actually did like him. I thought he was pretty funny. I like the moment where like he gets back on the boat after him and Doyle were hanging out, and he's like, "Thanks, Doyle. I'll see you later." And they fist bump each other, or they like give each other a
Yeah.
high five or whatever. I really liked that moment. But yeah, he's all bummed. He's like, "Man, I don't get along with anybody. Like the humans hate me because I don't look like a human, but then the demons hate me because I'm a not fully demon." And he talks about like a time where he was like, one time my mom, she, because her mom's like Doyle. Mom looks like a human most of the time. And so mom goes out whenever she wants to. And one time she took him out and he says to Doyle, do you want to guess what day it was? And Doyle says, what, Halloween? And he
Yeah.
says, yeah,
That's sad.
that is sad. That's funny too. Oh, it's like she has to be teasing him too. She's like, "Hey, come out for Halloween!" Like, imagine that
No,
night.
I think like she really is like, well, this is the only way I can do it, and it would mean a lot to him. But yeah, it's pretty upsetting.
But he had to have a terrible night. Like at every door, they're like, "What are you tonight?" And he's like, he doesn't understand really. Like he thinks he's himself, but she's like, "Oh, he's dressing
Well,
up
maybe
as a
they're not
demon."
going to door. Yeah, they didn't say they were
Well, they
trick
do a
or
trunk or treat.
treating.
You ever hear that?
No, that maybe they're just going out doing stuff in town.
To a Halloween party.
and they can get away. No, maybe having nothing to do with Halloween. It's just Halloween was the only night they could
Oh,
go
they go to the
out.
movies or something.
Yeah, to see a horror movie.
uh, but okay, but I
They
thought the
went to go
story was
see
pretty
the
funny.
new Saw.
If it's Halloween, it must be Saw. They saw Saw 4.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. But all right, so we see they see a bunch of bad guys, I guess. Oh, also Cordelia is like, oh no, I don't think we're there yet. Oh, they come up with a plan. Doyle is gonna pretend like he's a demon, and Angel's gonna snap his neck, right? But he actually did
Right.
snap his neck. I don't know. I don't know how that happened. They can
I
survive
guess
neck snaps.
I guess Bracken Demon's neck snaps are no great shakes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. He just like snaps it back into place. I did think it would be funny though if like when Angel snaps his neck and then they all leave, they were like, "All right, here's a dead body. Put him in the pile to be burned," and then they burn him. I think he's dead. But all right, so we go to Cordelia's on the boat. She's talking to those demon guys, and then one of them's like, "Yeah, it's crazy that Doyle like he relates to us all so much." And Cordelia's like, "I do too. Don't make it seem like Doyle's the only nice guy here. I relate to you guys." And he's like, "No, Doyle's a demon." And she's like, "Oh no, Doyle's a
Yeah.
demon."
Yeah. He's like, no, I'm not trying to like take anything away from what you're doing, but like, Doyle's half demon. That's a very specific thing.
And
Uh,
she doesn't like that. The cut to Angel. He's a Nazi. This was cool.
I love this look.
But he's like a Nazi as vampire. He's in vamp face as a
Vampire,
Nazi.
absolutely, and it's great. The best part of it is his hairdo.
Love it. Yeah, and then he comes back later. It's still done. No, nobody
Yeah,
commented on it.
yeah.
Cordelia wasn't like, "Oh, nice hair." Like nobody said, "I like your hair."
Because no one wants to compliment the Nazi hairdo.
He looked handsome. If
How
David
dare
Boreanaz
you?
showed up to the Oscars with this haircut, people wouldn't think anything of it. They would just say, "Oh, you look very nice," wouldn't they?
I
Is that
think
a
they'd be
Nazi
like,
haircut?
that you look a little Nazi, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen
Papa.
people rock that haircut. I don't think I've thought they were a Nazi.
Well, that's because you're not Jewish.
Maybe you're right.
Because you're not getting persecuted by them motherfuckers every day.
Maybe you're right. And they have this machine. I didn't quite understand it. It's like a light, and if you touch it, then you die.
Well, the light is supposed to shine out over time, and when it hits you, if you have any humanity in you, it kills you. So the pure
Oh,
blood demons don't have to worry about it.
oh,
It's
that's
sort
I didn't
of,
even catch that.
it does it serves the function sort of that the judge did in the Surprise Innocence two-parter on Buffy. Remember he would like burn the humanity out of you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But this one is not that at all. This one kills everybody who has humanity. That other one
But
tries to like make people more like you. This one just kills you if you're not like them.
no, the judge did that too.
Oh,
Remember that vampire Dalton who wore glasses? Like
sure.
the judge smelled humanity in him and just like burned him from the inside out.
Oh shit. I thought you meant he like just took all the good things away from you, made you all bad.
No.
Okay. All right, yeah, so he's a Nazi. They burn a guy. They're like, "Hey, you are good to be burned." So they kill this one guy, and Doyle shows back up, and Cordelia's like, "Hey, you didn't tell me that you were a demon. That's not cool." And she slaps him. And she does say one thing. She's like, "I prefer uh demon over if you were short and poor." So that's good.
I
That's
loved
good.
that. That was a great Cordelia line.
Great, great, great for Doyle there. And then Angel shows up, and they've got the big light thing that they're gonna kill everybody with, and they say, I didn't really understand it. Like somebody had to sacrifice themselves in order to stop this thing, and that's how you
Yeah,
kill it.
the shut off switch was on the thing. But once the thing has turned on, the light is already emanating from out of there. So to turn the thing off, you have to get into that light and it's going to kill you. So basically, like, you can save everybody, but somebody's going to die.
Right. And Angel decides that's going to be him. He says, I'm going to sacrifice myself and I'm going to save everybody.
Yeah,
And
I think he
then
just did the thing where like he sacrificed his love to Buffy to the powers that be last week. And I think he sees this as an opportunity to make that choice worthwhile because he still doesn't feel great about the choice.
that's interesting. Okay. I thought it was just because he was like a noble guy, Angel. But no, there's more to it.
He's the real deal.
He is. But no, the real deal, we never saw it coming. I didn't until Angel said he was going to kill himself and I was like, "What? No, you're not." And then I was like, "Cordelia, are you?" No, that doesn't make sense. And then I was like, "Wait, Doyle, are you?" What? And Doyle steps up. He says he's going to be the one to do it. And first off, he kisses Cordelia and he turns into a demon and he says, I guess we're never gonna know if you would have found a way to love a face like this or something like that. And
Yeah.
then he jumps on the thing and did he disappear? I feel like he vanished from the screen. He was just gone.
No, you see him like his skin's melting off and shit.
Oh shit. Well, there goes Doyle. I thought it was a great heroic death, but that's crazy. We had three regulars on this show, and one of them's dead. 8 episodes in, 9 episodes
Yeah.
in.
We only have two regulars on the show
Yeah, what
now.
are they gonna do? Who else is there? Next episode, I feel like we've got to get back into Wolfram and Hart dealing with all that. I don't know how we're gonna keep going with these little episodes where, yeah, we have two regulars now. We've
Yeah.
got to call Leslie or Tracy or what was that guy's name?
Wesley?
No, the
Who? You said Leslie or Tracy? Who are you
the
talking
guy, the
about?
Wolfram and Hart guy that I wasn't supposed to know his name.
Oh,
Stacy,
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I knew it was a
Lindsay.
girl. I knew it was a woman's name. Damn it, Lindsay. Yeah, we got to get Lindsay and we got to get that other guy. They've got to come back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's that other guy's name? Lee Mercer.
Yeah, Lindsay. We decided Lindsay was
Lindsay
way better than Lee
McDonald
was.
and Lee Mercer. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that.
Is that it? Are those
Okay.
the other two? Only two regulars besides, or not even regulars, but people that could come back that you've talked
Kate.
about? Oh, Kate, of course. Kate. Oh, Kate's got to come back. Kate. Yeah, Kate for sure. She'll be the third regular. I forgot about Kate.
Mm. Um, all right. So this
Oh,
episode,
oh, we didn't end it. It ends at the commercial. Cut back to Angel and Cordelia. They're sitting there watching the commercial that Doyle made,
yeah.
or like him talking to the camera. And he said something great earlier in the episode. Like it was sort of a sarcastic line where the kid Reef was talking about Angel, and he was like, "My hero," talking about Angel, and it was like, "What? That's like the title of the episode." But no, it's here where Doyle says there are still great heroes out there in the world, and you're like, "Yeah, like you, Doyle, you were a fucking great hero. You just saved everybody."
Yeah.
And it ends kind of crazy. It ends like extremely meta. He says, "Is that it? Am I done?" And then that's
Yeah.
the end of the episode.
Am
And
I done?
it's like that actor being like, "Is that it? Am I done? Is that really all you need from me? 8 episodes? All right. See you later. Bye." But that's
Nine
it. See,
episodes, sir. Nine.
I'm sorry, 9 episodes. I
All
enjoyed
right.
Doyle. Thought he was fun, and I'm gonna give him my MVP of this episode.
Wow, I will too. What do you give this episode?
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Me too. And I didn't always. I used to love this episode. The
So
the
Buffy went
whole
up. This one went down.
yeah, the Nazi metaphor doesn't work for me as well as it did when I was younger. It's just so on the nose. Uh, and it is just weird killing Doyle at this point. At the
It
time,
is weird.
they what they had said was Whedon wanted to do this with Jesse on Buffy. Remember Jesse?
Of course.
He wanted to put Jesse in the opening credits of the first episode of Buffy so that when he died, it would really throw
I
people
thought he
off.
did that.
He didn't. He talked
Oh,
about
I thought that was
doing
the
it.
whole thing.
No, he wanted to do that, but they wouldn't let him. And I said he'll eventually get around to doing that. And this is what I'm referring to. Um,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So that was what they said at the time. But in more recent years, Tim Minear has implied in interviews that that was sort of like the polite press release version, and it was actually that Glenn Quinn was sort of hard up on drugs,
Oh
and
wow.
they gave him an opportunity to like get clean, and he couldn't, and so they wrote him off the show faster than they wanted to.
I think I buy
Um,
that more than the Whedon thing where he said he wanted to make somebody regular because it doesn't make sense. Like when we like this episode doesn't make sense when you think about like if that's what he wanted to do, then Doyle would have been a bigger character. It makes no sense why he had no storyline except for
yeah,
Cordelia.
and I think the Scourge would have been set up earlier. Like, there's it doesn't pass the sniff test. I always thought it seemed weird, and then of course Glenn Quinn died really young of a drug
I forgot
overdose.
about that.
Yeah,
When
so
is that? Can you want
it's
to say?
during the run of Angel.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I think basically that's what happened. Like, whether Whedon wanted to kill him off at some point in the first season or two or not, uh, I think it happened much faster because of Glenn Quinn's drug addiction.
Yeah. I don't really buy the weird credit thing. Um, I forgot that he had died. I guess I should have seen this coming that he was gonna go at some point, but um this was weird. I didn't see this happening as soon as it did. It felt like the Oz thing, but Oz was a happy story. It's because this guy's getting famous. He's gonna go make some big bucks, write him off the show sooner. But all right, that's very sad. I'm glad to give him my MVP.
Yeah. Um, I was right. December 3rd, 2002, he passed away.
Very sorry, Glenn
Poor
Quinn.
fella. At 32 years old. I've
Wow.
outlived Doyle. And it was sad. Like, a bunch of the cast stayed friends with him. Like, he was apparently like a really likable guy. He just like couldn't get his shit together.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
that's very sad.
yeah. Who's your LVP?
I think I'm gonna go. I was thinking I was just like every all the people on the boat I didn't like, but nobody stood out
The
specifically. So
captain.
yeah, I like your pick. I'll go with him too.
Yeah, the captain. All right. It's just so stupid. The captain. He doesn't even get a name. The captain.
But Angel is so good in that scene. Angel elevate. Man, you could make a
That's not
case
the
Angel
captain's
MVP.
only scene though.
Yeah, but
That
Angel elevates a lot of this episode. I think that scene's very funny. I think then him in Nazi like whatever you think about the Nazi stuff, he looks very funny and
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, but you can't give him MVP because he didn't know how to punch the punching bag well enough for it.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He did like react to it well. He landed on his feet.
Okay. All right, what should we put in our lists or
Oh
whatever?
yeah. I put it I don't know cuz like there are highs definite highs of this
Yeah, I
episode.
think it might be my favorite episode of the show so far. It's just like it didn't like when I originally, it's funny. I looked at the Wikipedia page for this episode, Logan,
Right.
and in like the reviews section, um it said that it came in at number 8 on a top 10 list. And I clicked on the top 10 list and it was mine.
How is your top 10 list on Wikipedia?
Because I used to write for a Buffy website.
So you love this episode and you didn't even know it?
So the Wikipedia page of this episode links to an article that I wrote in 2003.
What the hell?
Yeah, on the internet when I was still in high school. And it's my top 10 favorite episodes of Angel. And I think I posted it between seasons 4 and 5. And so of the first 4 seasons of Angel, I ranked this 8th.
That's
Uh,
wild.
yeah, yeah, and I don't think I
I
would
hope I don't still
anymore.
feel that way
No,
four
no.
seasons in.
No, I don't think you will. I think it just like held importance to me. I loved Doyle,
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah,
The Nazi
yeah,
stuff isn't great, but I do think Angel's good. I think Doyle's good. I think Cordelia has some fun moments. I like the commercial. I think that's a
and
fun idea.
and the kiss,
Sean Gunn.
I like their kiss.
Yeah, good kiss at the end. I like the moment. I did think that was an emotional moment. Like, I guess we'll never know if you could have loved me. Like, that's sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Nazi stuff's a little weird. I'm gonna rank it second. I will remember you. I'll put ahead of it.
Oh, I'm not. Well, I'm not a big. I will remember you. What's my number one right now?
Your number one right now. Oh wait, that's my list. Your number one right now is City of.
Yeah, you could pop this ahead of that.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Yeah, you for a while went like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something. Or well, I
Yeah,
think 1, 2, 3, 4. Then Room with a View. No, Room with a View. You have second, third now.
yeah, I like Room with a View a lot.
Room with a View.
Room with a View. All right,
Um,
so that's that. Maybe you should read the Patreon.
Oh, I should definitely. I was thinking, I was like, what? There's got to be something else I should be doing right now. I'll rank Buffy ahead of Angel this week.
Me too. And I wasn't expecting to, by the way.
Yeah, you really weren't. Angelica says, this is about Buffy. How do you feel about the writers? I'm already fucking up. All right, this is from Angelica Joyce. She says, how do you feel about the writers letting Buffy and Spike kiss? I know it's under the guise of a spell, but do we really need this as a representation that Willow's magic is off? Don't don't misread me. This is ranked number 3 on my season 4 list, and I think it's a masterful 5-star. James and Sarah is so incredible, but the acting is spot on, and everyone's dialogue is so funny. But this feels like such a left field choice, and possibly a little desperate. With that said, MVP James motherfucking Marsden, LOL. The first James I ever loved, and
Marsters. It's
I know
not
I say that every
Mars.
time.
Oh,
I love it. Um, the first James I ever loved, and I've loved a few. Wow, probably including James Marsden, if I had to guess.
yeah, but he's definitely part of that.
He was probably the first one I ever loved. Probably those X-Men movies. Right? James
Sure.
Marsden.
I'm trying to think who's the first James I ever loved.
Maybe Marsters.
Could be, man.
Who was your first, Marsters or Marsden? That should be a game.
Definitely Marsters for me.
No, mine was Marsden. But how do you feel about that? I didn't even think about it. I didn't have a problem with it.
Oh, I mean,
It
me
seemed like they
neither.
were into it also. Like they loved it.
Yeah, no, I remember it did seem weird at the
Of
time.
course it's
Like when
weird.
I
Like we're
first,
seeing these
yeah,
two characters that should not be kissing each other.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's part of the fun of it, I guess.
But do you think that from the writer's perspective, do you think that they shouldn't have done that? Do you have a problem with it?
No, no, of course not. Do whatever you want.
Okay. What I did find weird, we see I mean we've seen it before, but first time we've seen Amy in 2 seasons and she's naked. For
Not
the
two
ones.
seasons since Gingerbread.
Oh. I feel like the last time I brought her up, you said it'd been way longer than that. But we just had one shot of her and she's just naked on the bed.
Yeah, no, we've seen Amy at this point one time a season.
Okay.
Witch in the first season, Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered in the second season, Gingerbread the third season, this time in the fourth season.
Pretty solid episodes all the way around. So when she
Yeah.
shows up, you're gonna have a good one.
Yeah, she
But we
brings the
already knew that.
bangers.
Yeah, we knew that. She also says about Angel, just rip my heart out and leave me to die. Doyle has always been the best part of season 1 for me, so it's hard to watch him go. R.I.P. Glenn Quinn. Yeah, I mean, what else
Did
is
she
there to
say
say?
Glenn Quinn or just Glenn?
Glenn Quinn.
Oh, she got
She
formal
put
because it's
respect on
Deb.
it for the
Yeah,
yeah. By the way, there are 2 N's on both Glenn and Quinn.
I think that's right. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, very sad. What else is there to say? You think he was the best part of season 1 so far?
I think he's definitely a standout. I wouldn't have minded more Doyle.
I agree. I feel like we should have gotten more Doyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked that episode with his wife and the new boyfriend.
Yeah, I wish we'd gotten around to doing Doyle centric episodes before that.
That's
Because
why I
clearly,
don't buy the weird Joss Whedon thing. Like it
yeah,
felt like they didn't have a
totally.
lot planned for him. Like if they
I
did, they would have given him more stuff,
I
you
mean
know?
clearly he was Whistler originally, so they had stuff planned.
That I forget. Yeah, I forget about that.
Yeah.
All right, Josh Merlis says Buffy. I think we're starting to recycle vampires. Did you say that? Didn't you say some of these are from old episodes? or is that Angel?
Well, not this guy. I don't know.
Oh.
I think he just thinks like all stuntmen look alike.
Oh, he says that first one from the intro looked awfully familiar. Very funny stuff. Just a good time overall. Weird hearing Blink 182 at the Bronze. Ugh, I recently spoiled myself slightly on some Willow stuff. What'd you do? You watch New Mutants or something? And he says, and especially in this episode because I couldn't help but think about it. That's interesting. And no, Logan, it's not what you're thinking. I got spoiled in that one a long time ago. Oh, damn it, he called me out. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Uh, wow. Josh says again, he says, Angel, all three of them are looking real nice in that opening. Wait a minute. I'm starting to think this is about something else besides demons. Wait, what does that mean? I don't
I
understand.
think he's writing his it's like stream of conscious. He just has like the comment thing open while he's watching the episode. And so that first thing was like a separate thought. Like everyone's looking hot in this one. And then he's like, "Ooh, it's a metaphor."
I still don't understand. The Nazi things. Is that
Yeah,
what he
yeah.
means?
Yeah, well, your reading comprehension's not great. We
Well,
learned that.
you, well, you, okay, okay.
Okay.
Well, he said all of them are looking real nice, and then I actually don't understand.
Okay, just keep reading.
He says, "Great Doyle app, but is he really gone? He was just getting good. Also, Cordelia had some really good moments this episode. It almost felt like she was in the first few episodes of Buffy.
I
What?
agree. I think one
How she was in the first few episodes. Well,
yeah,
yes, that's a
the
great call.
one
She
you
did have the same
mentioned,
vibes, the
the
same
one you
energy.
meant, the thing, the short and poor line, I think is very early Cordelia.
Yeah, she had lots of vibes of that. That's a great call, Josh. What else did he say? I feel like he had something. Oh, Doyle, is he really gone? I don't know. I feel like yeah, especially from what we learned. So I'll say yes, Josh. He's probably really gone. Um, yeah, he was just getting good. Very, very sad.
Poor
So,
fella.
thanks, guys. Thank you so much. What are we doing next, D Train?
Oh, Logan, next week. Wow. Have we got some episodes for you? Over on Buffy is an episode entitled Hush.
Wow. Well, you've got to think that Mike Flanagan stops by to direct this one, right? He has a movie called Hush. Um,
No, a young man named Joss Whedon directs this one.
oh wow. It's probably the
Yeah.
same premise, like they're deaf or they're can't speak or something. It's probably something like that.
Okay. Hush. It's a big one. And then next week on Angel, we've got Parting Gifts. I think it's called. Why don't I know that? I
Parting
think it's called
glances.
Parting Gifts. It's not Parting Glances, the classic queer themed cinema.
Parting gifts. Well, I guess they what, like take stuff back to Doyle's parents' house?
Sure.
I don't know. That seems sad though. Parting
Yeah, it is
gifts.
Parting Gifts. I checked.
I don't want to watch next week's episode. Does
Oh,
Buffy show back up?
no.
Um, I thought that was weird in both the episodes. Like in Buffy's episode, she's like, "Hey, that was fun. I was there for 5 minutes," and then Angel, she's like, "She was there for so much longer. I'm so sad."
Yeah,
It was funny how they like recapped what happened. Um,
indeed.
all right, there we go.